Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nugget's News. Today I'm at the Blockchain Centre in Melbourne with the CEO and Global Director of the Blockchain Centre, and that's Martin. So thanks for having us here today, Martin.
Nice one, Alex. Good to meet you.
Yes, thank you, mate. So this is where a lot of the innovations and startups, bit of an incubator sort of set up here?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So basically the Coworking Space, which was next door, opened in November 2014. And that's when I joined the space, opened by Sam Lee of the then Bitcoin Group, which was a pure play mining company, which has now sort of gone into some different areas of the industry, not just mining but also investments, and they opened an exchange and what have you. But yeah, the co-working space community has been growing since November 2014, and we focus on education, co-working and community events. So they're the three main pillars of focus of the organisation, and yeah, I have a team of 9 people that help to provide services to the startup community. We have monthly Bitcoin 101, a Monero meetup, an Ethereum meetup, a weekly talk and trade, which has probably been the staple. That was actually started by Jason Williams in Sydney. The Wednesday talk and trade, they still have that every week as well at the Metropolitan Hotel in Sydney. And yeah, so Jason started that one, and now we've been doing that for now a few years, so every Wednesday, and we get like up to about 60-70 people turn up every Wednesday to talk about crypto, what's going on in the industry, and we've had some guest speakers come in and talk about the different projects and ICOs that they're doing. And I guess like my main passion is around like wanting to have an educated community, so that there's some really good projects in the industry, but there's also a lot of like projects that are maybe sort of wishful thinking, shall we say. So an educated community is able to make better decisions about the businesses they want to create and any projects that they want to invest in. So that's kind of what we're here for, is to enable the community to work on their startup businesses, to attend the community events, and also now to going global with the blockchain centres for the startups here to be able to go to the other hubs that we're developing worldwide. Yeah.
So you guys are blockchain agnostic, so if you're launching on Ethereum, we just spoke to a team that's launching on top of NEM. You sort of help them regardless of that sort of thing? Yeah,
absolutely, sure. I mean a lot of the blockchain technology and its potential utility and use cases is still being worked out. There's a lot of value being invested into these businesses, and people buying the tokens more of a speculative way at the moment. But yeah, so Blockchain Centre is blockchain agnostic. We're here to support all of the different blockchain implementations. We've got a strategic alliance with the NEM Foundation. They're setting up a NEM blockchain centre in KL, which will be opening soon. The idea of that centre is to mainly promote the NEM blockchain centre, so it's unlikely that there's going to be Ethereum meetups happening there as well. But we do have a strategic alliance with them, and I think they're planning to open more NEM blockchain centres. But we're looking to open blockchain centres around the world, especially in Australia. We've got one opening in Perth very soon. There's talks with some guys in Sydney as well. And also in Lithuania, we're opening a new blockchain centre in Lithuania. That's launching on the 27th in Vilnius. Tony G is quite famous in the space. He's a World Series poker player, and he's a European Minister of Parliament, and he owns some Bitcoin blockchain businesses as well. So when he found out about what we were doing, he thought it was a great idea. So he's bought the license from us to open a centre there, and we're in discussions with Colombia, Brazil, looking at setting up a space in New York. Basically anywhere that there's a community. Ideally, it needs to have a sponsor, a corporate sponsor, so maybe a Bitcoin exchange or a company that is working in the space that sees the value of developing the community in their location. They're the sort of the ideal people that we want to work with to open a centre there.
Yeah, great. So you've seen a lot change in this space, I guess, mate, over the last few years as well. How would you sort of describe the the energy and the excitement in the air, and these people working on these startups to change the world, and where you'd love to see this going in the next couple of years.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah, so it is still very, very nascent. Obviously, there's a huge amount of money being invested into these cryptocurrencies and a lot of ICO projects as well. But it's still early days, really early days. But I'm really passionate about this industry, foremost for Bitcoin being the blockchain for value transfer. The idea of democratizing finance, billions of people don't have access to any financial services. The idea that there's like a money for the internet with no barrier to entry, anyone can trade with anyone else around the planet. I think that's potentially very powerful. It speaks to my values. I want to live in a fairer, more equitable world. And I don't see that there's a good rationale for why some people are living in wealthy countries and other people are, poverty stricken with corrupt governments. So maybe blockchain technology, Bitcoin, can help alleviate some of those problems. Obviously, wait to be seen. Layer 2 scaling solutions, Lightning Network might help with that. Obviously, transactions are quite expensive right now on the Bitcoin network, but I think these problems will get worked out as long as the technology continues to be driven by like-minded, passionate entrepreneurs that do want to see a change in the world. We're launching a blockchain developers course next month, which is Australia's first 60-hour in-person developers course. It's been designed by a blockchain developer. We're also launching a incubator program in a couple of months. It'll be more of a community-focused incubator program that will go for 3 months. So if you're coming to our regular meet-up groups, or maybe you've got a full-time job but you're wanting to pursue something part-time, you've got an idea about Bitcoin or wanting to start a project in the blockchain space, this incubator program will be for that sort of person. So it'll be more of a community-focused thing. We're not going to be taking equity into the startups or anything like that. We're funding it ourselves with the resources that we've got, which have come from our corporate sponsors, which are Blockchain Global, ACX, which is Australia's largest exchange, also IBM, and also recently we've done a partnership with Digital X, which is a stock market listed company. I think you interviewed Lee Travers last week. He's a great guy. So what with initiatives like the developers course, the ongoing meet-up community groups that we have, the masterclasses that we run as well. We run a blockchain masterclass and a cryptocurrency investing masterclass once a month as well. What with expanding the blockchain centres globally, hopefully, there'll be hubs around the world. So like people from local government can come and learn about blockchain. We've got an affiliation with a primary school called Waruna Park Primary down in Dandenong. Actually, Kieran Nolan, who's a primary teacher there, he has every Monday, he actually comes to the Blockchain Centre to work on education programs. We've had high school students come in. We do university internship programs as well. So the idea of the Blockchain Centre is to enable the community to come together, learn about the technology, and if they do want to start a business, the resources are there to do that. Sorry about that.
You're right, mate. You're right. Busy man. Mate, I'm so excited after visiting here today, finally, seeing everything that goes on. I'm actually thinking I'm going to open a blockchain centre as well.
In Tasmania,
right? Myself. So
yeah, well, there's a community there. I mean, Adam Poulton,
yes,
who's the president of the Blockchain Association of Australia. They're one of our industry partners,
yep,
along with ADCA, the Australian Digital Commerce Association. And then you've also got FinTech Australia as well. They're a really good organisation. So yeah, it'd be great to open a centre in Tasmania.
With everything that's happened with the NBN, we actually have the fastest internet in Australia down in Launceston now. So it'd be great to get that blockchain centre down there. So any final thoughts or comments, mate? It's been fantastic.
No. Well, I really appreciate all the work that you've done for the community, because it really is about education. Good quality information is hard to find. Obviously, there's a lot of rubbish out there on the internet. Anyone can whack up a website and claim that they're going to solve the world's problems using blockchain, but an educated community makes better decisions, better investment decisions, but also better business decisions, because in order for this technology or an ecosystem to succeed, it needs to be self-sustaining, and that comes from entrepreneurs creating ideas that can make a difference in society, but also integrating with the existing legacy system, right? Nothing exists in a vacuum. That's why some of our industry partners are businesses, not non-blockchain businesses, but they're now looking to integrate blockchain into into their businesses. So no, it's really exciting. Keep an eye out for blockchain centres popping up around the world. If anyone out there does want to open up a blockchain centre in any part of the world, please get in contact with us. You can find our details on blockchaincentre.com.au.
I'll put them all in the links below as well. Yeah.
Okay, follow us on Twitter and Facebook as well. No, it's really it's a real privilege to be part of this industry and meet like-minded people that do want to see a better, fairer world. So thanks very much.
No worries. Thanks for chatting with us, Martin.
Nice
Cheers.
one, Alex. Thank you. Cheers.